Hopefully the camera is working today. It'll pop up soon with the video. Hopefully. I didn't even turn on this camera. Things are getting a bit pear-shaped. Let's see if this works first time. Come on. I am here. Just sorting a couple of things out this morning. G'day, Mr. Exchange. Hope you are well. Pop up. Here we go. It's going to look a bit funky to start with. Well, we don't want that purple tint, that's for sure. G'day, g'day. There we go. Alright. One thing I forgot was the camera, and now we're good. And I think it's a little bit unfocused. Oh. This is what happens when you got a show after another show. There we go. So we're 4.5 minutes in. We haven't really started yet, but I'm early. You are early, Mr. Exchange. Good to see you. 6 people watching. Thanks for watching. It's a nice, fresh, early morning on a Monday. And we are out in the city streets of Tokyo. So this is Mintaro-ku and Choyoka-ku. So it's a point of view bike ride. Looking quite nice. And the audio is off. One sec. I want to get this right for everybody. It is on. It's just low. So just like now, little things can happen that I can fix on live streaming, but last night I couldn't fix a problem. And that's what today is about. Mr. Exchange, Scott Davies. So, you would never believe what the smallest problem was, which was why my audio wasn't working. And I'm kicking myself because I was so looking forward to having a great chat with Fabian. Oh, there's the Apple Store. That's pretty cool. Okay, so it's just me. It doesn't seem like this particular video has too much audio on it, so let's get straight into it. Let's get that beat up, 116 beats at the moment. So yesterday, I went live, and I had spent so much time prepping for this one, had slides, quizzes, competitions, questions, interactive stuff that the 40 or 45 plus audience, hi Emma, was going to be so much fun. And it started well. I could hear Fabian can hear me. We connected. He had great audio, great video, no lag, high quality. So that was all good. There's always something though. Hey Danny. So I'm like, what is going on? He could hear me. We went live, everything worked. The countdown, the intro. And then I started talking, and it might have been Scott. He's like, no audio, Jay. And I'm like, oh, come on. Is this a joke? Because I can see the audio, it's going up and down. I can see it on the program mix. I can see it working everywhere. Fabian could hear me. And I'm like, what is this? And I'm like trying to swap out microphone leads. I thought one might be a bit dodgy. But what it was in the end is that when you go live with any video, before you go live, you choose like a audio mix, right? Stacey's mum, you're new. How you doing? And if, by the way, Stacey's mum, if you're not subscribed at the moment, if you do subscribe, your name will come up on the video, which is quite cool. Yeah, this morning we're in Tokyo, and I'm already puffing 135 beats per minute. Yeah, it was so bizarre. Anyway, so when you go live, before you go live, you have the option to choose which audio mix that you want. Now, for me, it's always the program mix. And then, I have no idea how, but I had the J mix. And what the J mix is, so I don't hear myself echoing in my headpiece, because there's like a, 0.2% of a second delay in what I'm saying in my earpiece. And it's really frustrating. So what happens is, with that particular audio piece, I take my audio out and I can hear everything else. And somehow, when I went live on that one, I chose that audio mix to be the program mix. And it's never happened before in, a year and a half of using it. My dog walked on my iPad, put a dot and then entered, go dog. So I've never had that happen before. And that's why I was stumped. I'm like, what? Let's zoom in a little bit. There you go. So today we're in the city streets of Tokyo. Last night I was in a world of pain. I tried afterwards, thanks to Danny Black, who's in the chat. We diagnosed it within 5 minutes of jumping off the stream, just chilling out for a little bit. I'm like, Dah! It was so annoying. I mean, Fabian did such a good job at understanding the situation. Okay, Jay can't be heard. What can I do? I'll just answer questions in the chat. And there were so many of you that were going through, asking really good questions. He was talking about potentially coming out with an Onsra mini board. He's not quite sure what he's going to call it. But thanks to Danny, we figured it out. And what it was, when you go live, that little audio setting, you can't see that setting when you are live. So in order to fix it, Danny's like, I'll just switch it off. So let's go off and we'll have a look and see what's there. And boom, I'm like, J-Mix. I'm like, no. Switched it back, bang, audio back for me. And that was really weird too, that you could hear Fabian. Potentially, if I had YouTube going, you'd hear that. My intro worked, my countdown. So Tokyo does look amazing. Look how fresh this is. This is a 4K version. It's by, I wish I could tell you. Anyway, here it is, Nippon Wandering TV. You can see it at the bottom left-hand side there. It is, like, everything is just immaculate. Look how good that concrete job is. Looks like it's just been freshly laid. So who is riding this morning? Who is out exercising and having a listen to this? It's something else. So I'm into my 3rd week now of doing this bike daily video. Daily, I wouldn't call it a vlog because I'm not really vlogging my day. It's just doing some bike riding in the morning. I have a subject now for every day. And I had a chat with Danny last night too, who I guess agreed with us that we should split this particular concept, this daily half-hour bike ride, off to another channel. And I'm thinking I'll do it. Now, there's a couple of things with that. Obviously, there's no subscribers, but I will mention anybody that wants to watch to jump over to a new channel. I've got a bunch of channels that are no-named, so it'd be easy to move it across and call it Dad Bod's Daily Cycling or Daily Exercise Motivation, or I don't know, something like that. And the idea is that maybe Danny, there's another guy, Xander Round, who sometimes watches this, to also be on the channel, and we would share everything. There'd be no monetization because you need 1,000 subscribers. This would just be for us dads out there wanting to get up and exercise together. Ooh. You're on the elliptical. Go Stacey's mum. Stacey's mum. That's a song, I'm pretty sure. So that's probably going to happen in the next couple of days. There's no rush. The reason for it is I have noticed ever since I started that the subscriber count has started to drop. And I'm like, maybe it's because this actually doesn't suit what my channel is about. I'm trying to do too many things with this channel. So we've got electric skateboarding, we've got abandoned buildings, we've got tech, and now we've got exercise. Like, it's a lot. And the way I see it is YouTube defined a channel as a channel. They called it a channel. And normally channels have got shows. And those shows, you can tune in at whatever time you want, but it's just like a magazine, right? You don't want to subscribe to, for instance, me, I wouldn't subscribe to Women's Weekly or something called Cosmopolitan if I wanted to just grab PC User Magazine or something like that. So I can understand why some people would be unsubscribing. They're getting these daily alerts. They don't want them anymore. They'll go in and unsubscribe. And I'm not talking like 10 or 20 it's been 150 in the last 2 weeks. I've gone down, and normally it's a gradual up. And subscribers, to be honest, don't mean too much to me. I really do it because I'm hanging out with Scott Davies, Danny Black, Emma, all the people really that are in this chat. And it's about that community that's really interesting to me. Like tomorrow, I've got a scooter company sending me an electric scooter to review. And these days, the people who have businesses that they want you to do reviews on are actually defining what they want those particular reviews to be, what kind of content, what kind of format, and I don't mind that. I think it's actually a good thing to understand the requirements of somebody that is giving you something to not only keep, but to review, to give them an unbiased opinion on. That's one thing I'll never change, is I'll never sign something that says you must provide a positive review. I'll always review it the way I see it, and people know that. It isn't the Rain, good on you, Scotty. It is a Sydney-based scooter company, so it's just around the corner from you, Scott. I won't say too much yet, because if I don't like it, I will talk to them and say, look, I'm not going to put a review out if it's going to can the crap out of your scooter. So that's why I think it's important not to be so negative to people as well. Like, they've obviously put their heart, sweat and tears into building up something, and this is like a budget kind of scooter. It's not a premium scooter. They offer premium scooters, but this one's kind of like the light version. Top speed of 25 k's an hour, range of about the same, about the 25k mark. It's more like a city commuter, and I reckon right now, given what's going on around the world, especially here in Victoria, people don't want to use public transport. People want to stay away from each other at the moment. And that's one of the good campaigns about the Victorian government, is they've said staying away keeps us together. And that's so true, because if we physically are close, very similar to what's going on in America, we're in a lot of trouble. Like, for instance, yesterday in Victoria, we had the highest amount of cases reported ever with COVID, 459. And in comparison to the rest of the world, it's nothing. For instance, I saw in my Apple News feed this morning, there was 1,000 deaths in the US in the last 4 days. Yesterday we had 10. So it's on the incline here, and I know everyone's nervous, everyone's scared, everyone's keeping to themselves. And when I go out for my daily bike ride out there in the city, everybody except bike riders is in masks, everyone. And you get the occasional Karens, like at Bunnings Warehouse, which is a tool store, or Karen of Brighton, who won't wear a mask when she's walking around the track, or for that matter, she didn't want to walk around her neighbourhood because she's been through those streets before. I mean, come on. We need people just to get together to break out for 6 weeks. Get rid of this thing. Let it die. I've got a couple of scooters on my way soon. Nice, Scotty. It might even be one of the ones that I'm reviewing if it is from Sydney. Danny wants to do scooter reviews. What am I? Heart rate 135. Oh, look where you're going, mate. Jesus. Yeah, so Danny's up. He's just put a comment in. Look at these people who don't even look when yet they cross the road. I'll go to mini J mode. Danny, my gig on Saturday night, you would have never known that there was a pandemic. Queensland's got it going good. You did have a huge amount of rainfall, not last night, but the night before. It was like monsoon weather. It was pretty full on. My dad lives up in Queensland. He lives in Paradise Point, which is about 20 minutes up from the Gold Coast. One from Italy, one from China. The Italy one sounds good, Scott. Hopefully well made and makes you speak Italian when you're on it. That'd be pretty cool. And is it one of those scooters that they ride around on the talented Mr. Ripley? That'd be cool. You need some of those old-fashioned style little scooters. That'd be wicked. You know, like with a little box in them that you can put your groceries, and you know, rather than holding a bag, you can go along on your white suit, you know, and have your hair coming out the top of your your shirt, and that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That wet weather hit Sydney last night, which means it's coming down here. And as I came into here, where I have all my little studio, it started raining in here as well. So that weather is coming. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go out for a bike ride today. But yeah, in the chat, what do you think about that channel? If I move it across and just call it Bod Dads, and it's a daily exercise platform that anybody that wants to join, Scotty or Danny or Xander, Emma even, doesn't have to be guys, but the whole core purpose is to motivate without pressure or, you know, all these tough bodybuilding kind of guys telling you what to do. It's just a bunch of guys getting together. Oh, sweet, Danny's on. He's doing a bike ride. I'll jump on that. I'll get on the standalone bike, or I'll get on my actual bike and just have it on in my ears. Would be awesome. And there is this hack on the iPhone that if you don't have YouTube Premium, I think it's called these days, you can actually make it continue to play even if your phone, you've pressed it to turn the screen off and stuff. There is a hack. I'll try and find what that is. But yeah, that's the idea, to move it away from what people know me for, which is the abandoned buildings and the e-skating. Focus a bit more on that. There's some very interesting news coming out on this channel about Meepo this week, talkboards. Yeah, super interesting stuff. Emma is on Dad Bods, sweet. So Emma might do a hula hoop training thing, or she might go out on the bike. It could be anything. So I think it might be a cool little channel, something that will motivate me. Whew. Good times. We've actually today, while I'm talking about moving it away, we're having a record amount of people watching live at the moment. So thanks to everybody. Chuck your fingers on that like button if you could. We've got 6 there at the moment. I'm keen. Let's get super fit. Yeah. Emma's super fit. If you don't know who Emma is, look up her name there, Hip Hoop Hooray on Instagram. She's got some great little videos and showing you how she runs her business, which is a hula hoop business. She makes custom hula hoops, some with lights, some without lights, and shows you how to use them. It's very cool, very unique. So I wish her all the best there. Roller skating, yes. Good idea. I'll have to bring out the roller skates from when I was like 12 years old. 136 beats. That would be quite cool. 9 minutes to go. Yeah, look at how clean Japan is. It's amazing. And even see how they're building that building there? They put all this netting on so it minimizes the amount of dust and particles and bits and pieces that could potentially fall on the road or on cars. Have a look on that right side there where the black cars are. There's no damage, no residue, no dirt, no dust. This must have been recent. It is Jan 19, 2019. There's a couple of people in face masks there. I also think though, face masks in Japan is actually quite common even before COVID, because they are super healthy, super aware and respectful of each other. I love the Japanese characters on the road too. I'll have to go to Japan one day. It's one plane ride, once the planes are back up and running, from Melbourne. You can go direct. Love to do that. We were meant to be there for 3 weeks over Christmas. Scotty. So how did you go about your tickets? Have you decided not to wait and to see if it'll happen, or are you going to try and get your tickets refunded? Because I'm meant to be going to the Gold Coast in December for the Evolve Christmas ride with one of the guys here, Chris DeBoer, who has been on the live stream before. We're meant to be going up there and having a great Christmas special up there, and then ripping up Surfers Paradise, staying in a hostel, just seeing what that kind of life is like. Probably stay with my dad a little bit as well, if he's if he's worthwhile. Nah, just kidding. Nothing yet he hasn't done. Van Former, is it? Me and my mates had the same idea until COVID struck. Yeah, Japan looks insane. I don't know what the touristy things are that you would do in Japan. Obviously, there's those incredible, beautiful gardens. Look at that. Oh, I thought he was stopping for the bike. I don't think he even saw the bike, but that was cool. Waiting for Qantas to cancel, then we get a refund. Gotcha. I guess, yeah, if the flight is scheduled and going ahead, there's probably not a chance if you bought like budget tickets. But until they cancel, then you get a refund, obviously, because if the flight's not going ahead, you get a refund. Look at this path. It is pristine. Emma, are you thinking about moving up here, Jay? I actually spoke to the wife about it last night. I'm like, if this COVID thing hits again, it could be COVID 3.0, or it could be a different virus or something. Before it really sinks in, would we move? And I guess we decided there's way too many things here in Melbourne that we'd miss. Family, number one. Work is here. I mean, I could work from anywhere, to be honest, but having that Melbourne presence, having that familiarity of where you are, all your friends, I know the streets, I know where to ride, where I can't ride. Sometimes you just need to take a big leap, don't you? And maybe the family you'll fly up with you. I'm talking extended family, the important ones. You can get credit even if your flight still went ahead with Qantas. I guess it does change your conditions depending on family, accommodation options when you get there. Yeah. I did for a bunch of clients flights at work. Oh, okay. We've been looking at the Sunshine Coast. Sunshine Coast is awesome. Really nice. It's a bit higher than the Gold Coast, a bit quieter. I've lived up there for a little bit when I was a bit younger. This bike is clicking away. I don't know if you can hear that. But it's always warm. Even when it's pouring with rain, it's still like 20, 25 degrees. Always wearing shorts. That's probably somewhere I'd like to retire to. Been thinking like everybody else, the Mornington Peninsula or even further these days. Just to get a block of land away from so much potential virus infection. Danny would be happy if you moved up. I'd be happy if I moved up. I don't think there's too much stopping us other than family, work, friends, all that stuff. But I think Danny and I catch up so much, I probably wouldn't get much done. We would do so many videos and streams. We certainly would, Danny. We do exercising, then we do tech reviews, then we do one-on-one chats. We talk about the future of tech. We do exploring together. We do drone work. Oh man, be some pretty cool channels. So either by tomorrow or the next day, there might be a new channel. And before anything, I will let you know what that channel is in a video just like this. You'll be able to go over and subscribe the next day. It'll be on that channel. Likely Dad Bods or something. I'll set it up today and let you know probably tomorrow. What's my beats? 137. I'm glad I'm sweating. I've even got new bike shorts on. It's got padding on the arse so my bum doesn't get so sore. And I guess too, it is good for your bum to get sore because then you know that your bum's probably, because it's sore, it's actually working, which means you're probably going to get a firmer bum. I definitely need a firmer bum. Everybody needs a firm bum, I guess. Why am I talking about bums? Anyway. So the world's a bit topsy-turvy at the moment, hey? It's these kind of things I'm trying to do, just go and see the world even if I can't leave my home. We're not meant to leave our postcode except for like work if you have to, if you can't get away from it. People that work, at Bunnings or chemists, supermarkets, and they live a bit further away, they're entitled to get to their work. It's just having a common sense approach to what's going on. I think that's the important thing. Flatten the curve workout channel. It's a good idea, flatten the curve, as in flatten the curve on your ass or your hips. But it also obviously means COVID-19. COVID-19, I don't think we'll ever recover completely as a species. We'll always be on edge. We will fly again. We'll probably find another way to get around. I reckon what would be the best way to get around would be just to get on a plane, dose everybody up, put them in their own, maybe like in Japan here, for instance, where they've got those single kind of pod hotel spaces where you don't have a room, you've got like a hole in a wall, and you go in, it's got your bed, a light, internet, that's all you need really, somewhere to put your bag. That's a great name for the channel, Flatten the Curve. It's growing on me, Danny. We'll see what everybody else thinks too. So yeah, last night was a bit of a blunder. I was really sorry to Fabian. He has confirmed he'll be on next week. Same time, Sunday 10 p.m. Melbourne time, which is 3 p.m. in his time zone. So we'll make sure it's perfect then. And I tell you, it was one button that has always been the same setting for a year and a half that somehow changed its setting. And I feel like an absolute idiot, but Fabian was a rock star. He understood, he answered questions for like 40 minutes. But there's so much more to that particular stream that I can't wait to show you. Yeah, thanks Scott. Scott likes it. The channel idea, flatten the curve. Oh, we've got some curves to flatten. And it'd be also good to maybe put this out on Facebook. People can put their photos up of what their curves look like at the moment. And it'd be a lot easier to promote as well, because you could just go on to other like fitness groups and pages and things like that and say, hey, if you live in Australia, want to do exercise without feeling, I guess, threatened, or you can't get to the gym, come and check it out. Charlotte Rose, good to see you. Thank you very much for that super chat last time. Absolute rock star. Really appreciate that. I'm in on that. Okay, that's it. So anybody also that wants to just get on, go live and do an exercise routine, doesn't have to be on the bike, let me know. It's going to be fun. All right, 30 minutes is up. I better get to work. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Where are we? I think this is me. Nope. There we go. That'll do. Hey, Shiloh. Okay, I'm going to have to love you, Shiloh, and leave you. Thanks everybody for watching. That was 136 beats per minute for half an hour. We'll see you on this channel tomorrow, but it may be on YouTube and Facebook in the next couple of days. All right, see you guys soon. Bye.
Feeling